because you get hot water and you can mix cold to get it to your desired temperature. And this is the bathhouse again from the south side. And of course you can see there's the gate going into our little garden. This is our bean patch. Linda did over 30 pints of bean pickles this year. And there's where we have our tools for gardening hanging on a framework. This little garden there is our herb garden, and it's all cleaned out already, and there's only endive left. Here's the main garden. There's lots of places that are empty, and that's because it's all harvested already. But we have quite a bit of vegetables yet. We have Swiss chard, we got lots of celery, and dill is pretty well used up because Linda has been doing a lot of canning and she requires dill. There's celery, a lot of celery, and there's peas up on a rack. In the front of it is some more Swiss chard. There's beets there, and onions, and carrots. Onions. And there's our rhubarb patch. We have 10 stalks of rhubarb. Here's the path going down to our pump, past where the rhubarb is. Here again is the path going out to the lake. There's a platform where we have our pump in that box. It's a little pump that has an inch intake and an inch outtake, but I take it to a half-inch garden hose and it lifts it right up to the top of the cabin into that white barrel. There's another garden that's empty already. That's where we had our garlic in and chives. And there's a garden that we plant to get stuff that's good for in September. I plant it later in the year so we have fresh leafy plants for salads. And here is a black barrel that I use in the spring to keep watering the rows so I'm assured of germination. Here's our raspberry patch. We get quite a bit of raspberries every year. Linda makes fruit and we eat fresh stuff as it's growing. We'll take another picture of the cabin from a distance down by the garden. I'm taking another shot of the cabin from farther off in the trees. I don't know how much will show up, but it'll give you another profile of it all. There's Linda inside, and right now she's got parsley drying. And there's our outside wash stand, and we have a little pole with a board on top of it for putting some flowers if we want in the summer. And there's our kitchen window, and this is the main door to the porch, and it has an old-fashioned type screen door which really sets the cabin off because it's quite primitive and we like it that way. Now the two front windows are about 4 feet by 8 feet, and they're a lovely view from in the cabin, and that's from the living room, which has, as you'll see later from our pictures, that has a fireplace in it. Side, there's a window to our bottom bedroom in the new section, and the window to our top section of the new part of the cabin. And you see we got birdhouses all over, and we like watching the birds. Another view of the east side I'm taking it from the southeast corner, and there's another window to that bottom bedroom, and then there's 2 more windows up there to the top. This is from the northeast corner, and as you can see, this is where we have our propane system. We keep our fishing rods on the north side so the sun doesn't bleach them. And then we go up. And this little room right here is a little log addition which we use as our bedroom. And there's the window to our bedroom. This is a continuation of the little path that we have from down by the pier, and it goes on out into the woods where we do our logging. Here's a swing that it'll soon be of no use to us because all our grandchildren are over the age, but it sure did a lot of amusement, had been a lot of amusement for them. Here we have our woodshed. It used to be a kid's playhouse. And we keep our wood inside, some outside, and as you can see, there's some ready to chop. An extension again of what you saw, and it leads out to our bathhouse, our outside toilet. We got a little space off at the side for parking, and then there's a turnaround. We like to always just have certain areas mapped out and don't go around and over the rocks because we'd be just ruining more soil. And then we have a horseshoe pit here with horseshoes. Here's the outside toilet. I always wanted to make a log cabin, and so I made a little miniature one into an outside toilet. And it's got a tin roof, doesn't leak, and it's pretty airy. Here's the path that goes off into the woods for logging, and that structure you see there is the kids like archery shooting, and we have a butt that we put into that structure. Here's another view of the outside toilet, and it's fairly new, and there's lots of room. You won't need to have a new hole for quite some time. Here we have another path going that way. It's to our garbage dump. Here it is, and we have a lid on it, and it's quite deep, and when it comes to about within 6 inches or 10 inches of the top, we pack it down, fill it with earth, and plant some trees on it. Close up of it. The place is very, very neat. We have nothing laying around like cans or paper, and I'm sure everybody would like to have it that way. A long-range view from the north of what you can see of the cabin. Doesn't show up so many trees. You can see this is the woodshed. I'm not moving. There's the cabin. Take another view of the cabin here that's from sort of the northeast side. Here's the ice house again, and I'm going to by it the path keeps going to our swimming hole, a real nice sandy beach. This is our sandy beach. And as you can see, we have a post there, a post there, and a post there. And that is, we have a friend that has an airplane, and he guides himself in here, and there's no rocks to interfere with his pontoons. And if you ever have to have extra company, that's where they can park their boats. Now, the lake has never been so high, so when it's a little lower, we have a way more sandy beach. End of the sandy beach is beautiful sand. There's a few rocks, but you can walk in and out of them, and then when you go straight in towards those posts, it's all sand. There's another view of it. And I don't know if you can see into the water, but it's just beautiful sandy all the way out. The beach on the burn, and there's the ice house, and there's the cabin. Now, I don't know how well that'll show up to you. Okay, I'll zero in. Doesn't show up too well. There, if you can see it, I've got it high powered, and it's approximately 50 yards away. There's a southern exposure to the ice house. Another view of there's Fischer, Fischer, and as you can see, Fischer's cabin on that sign. And then we have our tools for a nice filleting table. I'm taking another look as I walk up the path of the cabin.
Okay, this is the inside of the front room of the cabin. I don't know, this is going to be probably the best. That's what we call our bird watching windows, both of those.